My name is Mary Ellen Lindeman. I'm co-founder, community builder at Coffee by Design. We're a Maine-owned and operated business that's been around since 1994, and what you're about to see is part of what we are proud to do as a small business, using our voice of 28 years in business in ways that we never dreamed possible. These interviews, which we were able to tape in April of 2022, were from a visit 28 women in coffee made here to Portland, Maine after the Specialty Coffee Conference, which was hosted in Boston this year. The invitation went out and we offered to bring anyone who was willing to come up to Maine for the second time. We had done this in 2019, but we really wanted to see, where have we all grown? What have we learned? How could we be helpful after a pandemic? Because as we all know, the world changed quite dramatically from 2019 to 2022. But here are the voices of the women in coffee who agreed to come to Portland for 2 days. They represent 10 different coffee countries, a range of experiences. This is an opportunity that we are pleased at Coffee by Design we are able to give them, to let you, the customer, our staff, our community know these are the important things we need to hear in their voices as to what we need to be aware of when we're drinking our morning or evening cup of coffee. I'd love for you to listen, share, and certainly give us feedback on the experience of watching these women who work hard every day to make sure their communities not just survive but thrive, and that we are here to enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Spring break, I wanted you to see the building, at least come inside and see.
I think traditionally coffee consumption can be just about pricing, but nowadays it's more about who are we supporting with our money. Consumers have the power to choose, and that is a very important decision, and I invite you to use that money wisely.
There is a cup of coffee for everyone, and much like any product in all of our busy days, if customers can just bit by bit be more aware of their power in the choice of what they buy and consume, that they are connected with whatever cup of coffee they drink, they are connected to an entire global community, and they have the power to support and uplift that community with the choices that they make when they buy their coffee.
Current challenge is the farmers, they didn't get what they have to do because they work a lot and then they get only little. So as an exporter, or as I want to learn more, and then we have to do many things to the farmer, especially women. They are working there, they are a mother, they have children, and then they work, and then they earn a little bit of that work. So we have to teach them more, and then we have to go down from them to us.
The money they get is still loss. They have to make a high of the product and to have the value of the product. Yeah.
Yeah, because the price needs to
to go up. Yes.
We have a lot of challenges in Colombia, but one of the biggest challenges is the average age of coffee growers, coffee farmers is over 60 years old, and our coffee pickers, we do everything by hand, are about 65, 70 years old, and these are the people that are in the fields. Young people are not seeing a future in coffee. I'm the 5th generation, right? And I received 6 farms. And my grandpa told me every day he woke up, he was losing 1 million pesos. That's about $500. And it was a lot every day. And didn't only receive 6 farms, but I received a lot of debt, right? And I'm still here because I believe that we can do things differently. We can show our story, we can tell people what we're doing, and we can get the value and the price, a fair price for what we are doing back home. So that's the message I wanted to give to other young people in Colombia and around the world. We just need to believe in what we're doing, and we need to show customers that our work is worth it and it's worth our value, and we can just ask for a little bit more.
Can I get my usual? How are you? How's everything?
The big challenge they faces there was production. You know, these days there is issue for climate change. So sometimes there is a lot of heavy rain, there is a shortage of rain, so there is some variability of climate which farmers they need to adapt to new change of about the climate. So what we are trying to support our farmers to know which variety they have to grow, good agriculture practices, so that they can still have enough and a good quality of coffee.
There are 2 cultivated coffees, the Arabica coffee, which is Coffea arabica, and the Robusta coffee, which is Coffea canephora. So Arabica coffee is its origin is from Ethiopia and South Sudan, and it has very narrow climate envelope. It is very picky on where it can grow, and also the Arabica coffee has very low genetic diversity that makes it very susceptible to any small changes in the climate or pest or diseases. And that is why I think of all the crops, coffee is one of the most vulnerable to climate change.
Yes, I do. We have many things that can work hijab style.
I want to learn of my customers what they like, why they feel in every cup they taste, if they can feel the soul of the coffee grower. Colombian coffee is a handmade product. We pick it with the hands, we wash it with our hands, we dry it by the sun, all with our hands, all with this work of the coffee growers is like a piece of art. So I want to know of the consumer why they feel in that cup, if they can feel the aromas, the fragrance, the flavor, everything that is the soul of the coffee grower that grew the coffee that you are trying to drink. That's the main thing I want to know, if they feel the soul.
Through the customers, they get to put a bit more value in what it is that we do. And it's so nice when you meet someone who says that just through coffee you've somehow touched their lives. And when they begin to understand a little bit more about coffee, that it's not just any beverage whipped up by a barista, the whole story behind it, the whole process, all the people we work with to just get them that nice cup of coffee, and they have a greater appreciation of it, and they come in one day and tell you they totally get it now. That's a wonderful thing.
From customers, I guess giving us the visibility and giving us the platform and share our stories. There are amazing stories involved with coffee. For us, coffee is a lifestyle. It's not just a drink, you know. And how much it impacts and how much it's valuable for us, and the hard work that goes into. It'd be nice if they could share our stories.
Well, regular customers, consumers of not only coffee, I think we have a responsibility to know where our products or food or articles, everything, the items that we use on a day-to-day basis comes from. Who is involved in everything what we need to keep the day going. And of course, coffee is one of those very important products that we need in the morning. And it's just one of them. And for a consumer, it's important to be aware of the impact that we are causing, not only by buying, but also by supporting. Everything is important. Even the trash that we take out of our houses, it's important. We need to be aware of what we are doing today, right now, be aware, be conscious, and be responsible.
Thank you. I'm gonna give this to her.
When I started in a cafe, actually, I started volunteering for the Association of Women in Coffee over there, the IWCA Guatemalan chapter. And what motivates me every day, it's that I know that there are women out there doing a lot of work as mothers, daughters, sisters, wives, and that they need to be seen and heard. I mean, when they say that gender inclusion and the woman needed to be included, is as we need to be included where? Because women are everywhere. And treating women as a minority, come on, we have half of the population of the world are women. So how come they need to be included and they are minorities? It doesn't make any sense. So for me, creating some noise and try to work harder to have all our this little organization, the IWCA members, to be seen and heard. That's my motivation and mainly my admiration to all of them.
The women have always been present, and like maybe 11 or 12 years ago, this group of women, Maritza Midense, Diana Osorto, Betty Perez, all these women probably have been coming to the SCA or hosted the buyers in Honduras. And they understood that the women's voice needed to be heard. And as we found out, like women, we need to stick together and be together to be strong enough to be present and to our voice to be heard. So we have a little motto that says, together we're stronger. And like getting together, 2013 we created the organization. And in 2013 we also signed the agreement with International Women Coffee Alliance. So throughout these years, making big efforts, like it was started with 20 of us and now we're 400. We have an education committee in which we are creating right now with an association with some different universities, special courses for technical diplomas for women in coffee. And we have also a committee that is a gender committee. And right now the gender committee has kind of like been the prima donna, or I don't know how to say it, the protagonist of the IWCA Honduras, the chapter, because through this committee and through the effort of all the women in coffee, we were able to pass a law in which we have now a gender policy in the coffee sector in Honduras.
Okay, here we are.
I started collaborating with the IWCA in 2015, though I became official member, I think, in 2018 in the Guatemalan chapter. I'm currently in between residing the United States and Guatemala, so I also do belong or joined recently the US chapter, which is very new, and it's super nice for me to see how women can connect through an organization like IWCA. I've been volunteering as well for IWCA Global, and for the next year we have the mission of creating a commercial chapter or a commercial committee, maybe, I don't know how we're gonna call it, but the idea is to support farmers and people who are in the green coffee side of business to reach new markets and to tell better stories and to position their coffees in a new way that can be the means to a more sustainable way of doing business.
And I've learned many experience from them, how to present our samples. From IWCA also we took many trainings online, virtually and in person. And it is a big support for us.
I enjoy seeing my mom grow her own business, like around coffee. My mom is working with a lot of other women across other countries to just get more ideas on how to better export coffees, how to go about doing the business. And I think that's a really amazing thing.
Or if you want, you can finish that up. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I joined the IWCA 2 months ago, and from what I've seen, like this is the experience here in Portland is amazing. Like, and I hope to be joining most of their events, just so it can enlarge my network, but also give me access to and the networking that we're doing here in Maine and in future events.
And we are just new in the market. To find customers, it's a little bit challenging, but thanks to Mary Allen from Coffee by Design. She just did an amazing job by helping us meeting new customers and meeting new people. So it's a really big opportunity for us to move forward with us producing our coffee.
We are very congratulated the Coffee by Design for the job that she did. It's a wonderful job. We are very, very appreciative. Yeah.
And they're going to do some tastings and some roastings here tomorrow.
I'm here,
That's
yeah.
going to be exciting, for sure.
The passion that my father and my family share the coffee with, I came kind of obsessed or in love with the idea that I wanted to share the best Colombian coffee with the world. And I feel like that is what motivates me every single day. I feel the power in me that I have the energy and the love for this fruit that is shared with the whole world, and everyone loves coffee. I mean, who doesn't want to drink coffee every morning?
Oh, what gets me excited every day? Coffee. The prospect of coffee. I have to start my day with coffee. Yeah, and just being able to do something that I honestly enjoy every single day.
My heart or my body or something like this. I don't know how I explain. Coffee is for me my heart. And more I want to work coffee. As you know, Ethiopian coffee is naturally gifted. The soil, the air, everything. And if we work more on it, especially with the farmers, it become much more better for this world.
So what gets me excited every day is coffee. I actually look forward to brewing my first cup. And that's like at 5 in the morning. And people may not believe it, or they might think like, oh, you know, you're a marketer and you're marketing coffee to us. But actually, it's what keeps me going. Everything that goes around coffee, who makes it, who harvests it, and that really is very fulfilling for me. To think about, you know, how something simple to many, they don't know that it means the world to a farmer or a producer.
Coffee, it runs through my veins. I'm a third generation coffee farmer, but at the same time, I have been super blessed with the opportunity of working in different stages of the coffee chain, and I just want to share what I've learned. Coffee is such an important product for Latin American economies and for many other economies around the world, and I think if we can make it a more sustainable business, we are not only helping the country's economy, but all the families and people who depend on this product.
For myself, my strategy is to work on the coffee trees, so that we can increase the productivity. To have a volume of production, even if the market price goes down. But if we have a volume of production, the farmers can be happy.
I want to give my best, my passion, everything I can to make this work, and I don't want it to be done or after me, because every year there's less coffee in Colombia and less people interested in growing coffee. And I think coffee is still a good way of life. It's still a good business, good business. We just need to do things differently.
What I want is my daughter, who's coming behind me, go through the same sector. Maybe she will improve more than what I've been able to do today. So I need to learn everything, to learn every day, to add some knowledge about coffee and coffee sector and markets, so she can live an easier life than myself.
Some of the successes are how smallholder farmers are getting a fair trade acknowledgement, which means they're getting paid enough for what they actually put out there, and that's through this organizations called the Fair Trade and other type of unions that are helping us, make sure that they're taken care of.
Friendship, that is so beautiful.
The IWCA organization continues to grow and thrive and engage new and diverse origins. And also exciting is to see the transition and growth and succession of several different chapters, bringing in new ideas, that next generation of leaders in each of the countries.
Our governor in Quindío has helped us. We are working with the government, we're working with the cooperatives, we're working with the comités of federation, and we know we can do great things thanks to the IWCA Global and all of these visibility that the IWCA is giving us.
As a small organization, we are trying to do our best to bring people together. So these kind of activities, like bringing the buyers with the producers or those who are involved in coffee, is wonderful. So I would like to invite everyone to get engaged on whatever they are doing into the coffee industry, into the coffee value chain, to get deeper in that, wherever their position is, because my responsibility is to get the knowledge from the growers to the buyers or the baristas, and the other way around, because we need a connection. We need unity, we need communication, we need to know more of each other so that we create that awareness that I'm talking about. So thank you so much for the opportunity.